20 June 2022. Morning Murli. Om Shanti. BapDada. Madhuban. Sweet children, forget everything that you see with those eyes, including your own body, and remember the one Father, because all of it is about to be destroyed. Question: what effort do you have to make in order to win the lottery of having a royal status in the golden age? Answer: first point, in order to claim a royal status in the golden age, pay full attention to yourselves. See that there are no evil spirits within you. If there are any evil spirits, you will not be able to marry Lakshmi. In order to become a king, you have to create subjects here. Second point, you have to become crime proof here. If you have a shock while remembering some bodily pain and you leave your body, your status will be destroyed. And this is why you have to make effort to stay in remembrance of the Father. So, if not today, then tomorrow the clouds will disperse. Om Shanti. Shivbaba says Om Shanti. Then the soul also says Om Shanti. That one is the Supreme Soul and this one is Prajapita. The soul says Om Shanti and the children also says Om Shanti. You have to know the religion of yourselves. People do not know the religion of their own selves. Om Shanti means I, a soul, am an embodiment of peace. Soul includes the mind and the intellect. They forget this and just simply refer to the mind. If they ask, how can the soul find peace? Tell them, Ba, is this something to ask? Each soul is himself an embodiment of peace, resident of the land of peace. You will find peace there. When a soul leaves his body, he becomes silent. All souls and this entire world have to play their parts within it. How can you become silent when you have to perform actions? Human beings wander around so much in order to attain peace. They do not know that the original religion of our souls is peace. You now know about the religion of souls. Each soul is like a point. The Father has explained. Everyone sees salutations to the incorporeal Supreme Soul. Only that one can be called the Supreme Father. He is incorporeal, and it would be said to him, salutations to the Supreme Soul Shift. Your intellect's yoga is now in that direction. Human beings are all body conscious. Their yoga is not with the Father. Everything is explained to you children. It is said, salutations to the deity Brahma, salutations to the Supreme Soul Brahma is never said. Only the one can be called the Supreme Soul. He is the Creator. You know that you are children of shivbaba. He created you through Brahma and made you belong to him. He has also made the Brahma soul belong to him in order to give him the inheritance. Baba even says to the Brahma soul, remember me. He also tells the BKs to remember him constantly and to renounce the consciousness of bodies. These are aspects of knowledge. We have taken 84 births and our bodies are now decayed. They have become sick and diseased. Your children were completely free from disease. In the golden age, there were no diseases. Everyone was ever healthy and no one ever went bankrupt. You receive your inheritance of 21 births now, and so you cannot become bankrupt. Here, everyone continues to become bankrupt. It was explained to the children that they sing salutations to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul Shiv. They would not say Supreme Soul to Brahma. He is called Prajapita, means father of people. Deities are in the subtle region. No one knows that this Prajapita then becomes an angel. To become a resident of the subtle region means to be one with a subtle body. Now the Father has told you children, remember me constantly. You are incorporeal and I am incorporeal. You have to remember me constantly and remove your intellect's yoga from all bodily beings. Whatever you see with those eyes, including your own bodies, is all to be destroyed. You will then have to go to the land of happiness via the land of peace. You have a desire for a land of happiness, that is, for the land of Krishna. Therefore, the Father says, remember the land of peace and the land of happiness. Although there is purity, peace, and happiness in the golden age, you cannot call it the land of peace. You have to perform actions, you have to rule. The actions you perform in the golden age are not sinful actions because Maya does not exist there. This is very easy to understand. That is the day of Brahma, and you do not stumble during the day. You stumble in the dark night, and so half the cycle is devotion, the night of Brahma, and the other half of the cycle is the day of Brahma. Baba has explained they have the day for 6 months somewhere and the night for 6 months, but that is not explained in the scriptures. In the scriptures, they have explained about the day of Brahma and the night of Brahma. Why do they not say the night of Vishnu? There, that one means Vishnu does not have knowledge. You Brahmins know that this is the unlimited day and night of Brahma and the Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris. You cannot say the day and night of shivbaba. Your children know that we have the day for half a cycle and the night for half a cycle. Such is the game. Sannyasis do not know about the family path. They are on the path of isolation. They do not know the aspect of heaven and hell. They ask where heaven came from because even in the scriptures they have changed the golden age into hell. Baba is now telling you very sweet things. He says, children, I am incorporeal, the ocean of knowledge. My part is giving this knowledge emerges at this time. The Father gives his own introduction. This knowledge of mine does not emerge on the path of devotion. All the traditions and customs that continue during that time belong to the path of devotion. According to the drama, with whatever feelings devotees worship someone, I am the instrument to give them a vision of that one. At that time, the part of knowledge does not remain emerge in my soul. It emerges now, just as your reel is filled with 84 birds. So too, whatever is fixed in the drama, for me, as my part is enacted in its own time. There is no question of doubt in this. If the knowledge had emerged in me on the path of devotion, I would have spoken it. Not even Lakshmi and Narayan have this knowledge there. It is not fixed in the drama. People just say that such and such a guru grants them salvation. But how can gurus grant salvation? They also have their parts to play. Some say the world definitely repeats. The cycle continues to turn. They have shown a spinning wheel. Just see the wonder of the world cycle. By spinning a spinning wheel, you are able to earn your livelihood. By knowing the world cycle, you receive a reward for 21 births. Baba explains the accurate meaning. All the rest explain inaccurately. The locks on your intellects are open. The highest is God, and next are Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar, the residents of the subtle region. Then, in the corporeal world, first are Lakshmi and Narayan, and then Jagadamba and Jagatpita. They are at the confluence, but they are still human beings. They do not have extra arms. Even Brahma only has two arms. They have so many arms and the pictures of the path of devotion. If someone had 8 arms, he should also have 8 legs. But it isn't like that. They show Ravan with 10 heads, and so he should also have 20 legs. All of that is a game of dolls. They do not understand anything. When the Ramayana is read, many people cry. The father explains all of that is the path of devotion. Ever since you started to follow the path of sin, you became ugly by sitting on the pyre of lust. Now, for one birth, by tying the bond of sitting on the pyre of knowledge, you claim the inheritance for 21 births. There you remain soul conscious. You shed an old body and take another new one. There is no question of crying. When a baby is born, they give congratulations and celebrate in great happiness. But if that baby dies, the next day they weep and wail. This is the world of sorrow. You know that the whole play is about Bharat. Bharat is the eternal land. It is only here that there is happiness and sorrow, the inheritance of heaven and hell. Definitely, Heavenly God, the Father, must have created heaven. If it were a question of hundreds of thousands of years, how would anyone be able to remember anything? No one knows when it will be heaven again. They say that 40,000 years of the Iron Age still remain. If you take 84 births in 5,000 years, who knows how many births you might have to take in 40,000 years? You, children, now have understanding. You are now in the light. But all of those who do not have knowledge are in the slumber of ignorance. This is the dark night of ignorance. No one has knowledge of the world cycle. We are actors. This world cycle has 4 parts to it. Only humans will understand these things. Now you children know that the Father is knowledgeful. He donates to you whatever specialities he has. You receive the inheritance from the ocean of knowledge. Baba always tells you, do not remember bodily beings. Even though I speak to you through a bodily being, you still have to remember me, the incorporeal. If you continue to have remembrance, you will also imbibe knowledge, for the locks on your intellect will open. Start with 15 minutes or half an hour and then continue to increase it. No one except the Father should be remembered at the end. For this reason, sannyasis renounce everything and sit in tapasya, so that when they leave their bodies, the atmosphere all around becomes peaceful, just as some great soul in a city left his body. You now have the knowledge that souls are eternal and that they do not merge into the light. They do not have this knowledge. Baba explains that souls are never destroyed and that the knowledge souls have within them is never destroyed. For this reason, sannyasis renounce everything and sit in tapasya, so that when they leave their bodies, the atmosphere all around becomes peaceful, just as some great soul in a city left its body. You now have the knowledge that souls are eternal and that they do not merge into the light. They do not have this knowledge. Baba explains that souls are never destroyed and that the knowledge souls have within them is never destroyed. The drama is imperishable. The cycle of the golden, silver, copper, and iron ages continues to turn. You become Lakshmi and Narayan, and then the souls of other religions also come down afterwards, number wise. God the Father is one. There continues to be expansion from the golden age to the iron age. Another tree cannot grow. There is only one cycle, and you only remember the one. They remember Guru Nanak, but he has to come at his own time. Everyone has to enter the cycle of birth and death. People believe that Krishna is present everywhere. Some believe in one being and others in someone else. Baba says, children, you have to explain tactfully that the God of everyone is the incorporeal one. In the Gita, it says God speaks, and so the Gita is the mother and father of all the religious scriptures because everyone receives salvation through the Gita. The Father removes everyone's sorrow and gives them happiness. Bharat is the pilgrimage place of everyone. It is only from the Father that you receive salvation. This is his birthplace, and everyone remembers him. It is the Father who comes and liberates everyone from the kingdom of Ravan. This is now extreme hell. The Father says, O souls and bodies, you now have to return home. Simply remember me. If you get trapped in any bodily being, you will have to cry. You have to remember one alone. You have to go there. There you will not cry for 21 births. If someone dies and you start crying, you are not able to become cry proof. If while remembering someone you receive a shock and leave your body, there will be degradation. You have to remember shivbaba. Many have heart failure. While walking and moving around, you have to remember the one Father. This too has to be instilled in your intellect because you do not remember Baba throughout the day. You are made to sit down in a gathering. There is a collective force when everyone is gathered together. If anyone else is remembered by your intellects, you have to take rebirth. Whatever happens, you have to remain stable. The consciousness of body should not remain. However much you stay in remembrance of the Father, it is noted down in your record of remembrance. You will also be very happy knowing that you will quickly go from here and sit on your throne. The Father always says, children, you must never cry. It is only widows who cry. You have to become completely virtuous here, and thus then becomes imperishable. Effort is needed. Each of you has to pay attention to yourselves. If you have any evil spirits within you, you are not able to claim a high status. Narad was a devotee and wanted to marry Lakshmi. When he saw his own face, it was like that of a monkey. You are making effort to marry Lakshmi. How could anyone who has the five vices marry Lakshmi? Great effort is needed. You win a great lottery. We definitely become kings. But there will also be subjects. There will be expansion of hundreds of thousands. When anyone comes, first give the introduction of the Father. What is your relationship with the purified, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul? They would surely have to say that He is the Father. Ask them to write that He alone is the purified, who changes everyone from impure to pure. When they put this in writing, they will not argue. Tell them, have you come here to listen or to speak? The bestower of salvation for all is incorporeal. He never has a subtle or corporeal form. Acha, what is your relationship with Prajapita? This one is corporeal, whereas that one is the incorporeal Father. We remember the one Father. That is our aim and objective. We will claim the kingdom from Him. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning From the mother, the father, BapDada, the spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, do not allow your intellect to be trapped in any bodily being. You have to keep an accurate record of your remembrance. You must never cry. Second point, you have to stabilize yourselves in your original relation of peace. Do not wander around searching for peace. Liberate everyone from that wandering. Remember the land of peace and the land of happiness. Blessing. May you become free from disheartenment and arrogance and carry out the task of renewal with humanity. Explanation. Never become disheartened in your efforts. I have to do this. I have to become this. The rosary of victory is my memorial. Become victorious with this awareness. Do not give a place for disheartenment to enter your heart for even a second or a minute. Both arrogance and disheartenment do not allow you to be strong. Those who have arrogance also have a lot of feeling of being insulted. Therefore, become free from both of this and you will then be able to carry out the task of renewal. Slogan. Be seated on the throne of world service and you will be able to sit on the throne of your kingdom. Om Shanti